Okay, so I just got done doing this repair, but I thought I could give you the steps that I did in case someone wanted some clarity on how to replace the Guibo and the center support bearing. So step one is obviously you have to take off the exhaust. If you don't know how to do that, I'm sure there's other videos. If not, I could post one up eventually. But once you get the exhaust off, and then there's a cover, a heat shield that covers the drive shaft from the exhaust, take that off as well, you'll have access to the drive shaft. Now, what I like doing is I first like breaking these loose, so it helps to have someone in the car. Right now the handbrake is down. This is a manual transmission. Not sure how auto would work, but I'm sure it's the same. I like doing is having someone pull up the handbrake. First, what I'll do is I'll loosen 1, 2, 3, and then I'll have them put the handbrake down, spin it by hand, loosen 1, 2, 3. Once you get all those loosened, you have 3 going to the transmission, or in my case, I have an all-wheel drive, so the transfer case, flange, and then you'll have the other 3 that are going through the drive shaft and through the Guibo with the nut on the other side. All these are 16s, so just obviously hold that with the wrench and take that off. Once you have that off, you're gonna go ahead and take your center support bearing off. Now remember, the position is the bigger side of the circle is going towards the top of the car. It's a nice snug fit, and the shorter half of the circle is facing down. Boom, boom, take those 2 off, they're 13 millimeters. This will come hanging down. I usually like having this on that side. After that, you're gonna go ahead, move this off the way. Mark the drive shaft on the front drive shaft part to the rear drive shaft spline, and the drive shaft itself with the whiteout, so you know how it goes back on, so you don't mess with the balancing. And then this will slide right off. Once that slides off, you can go ahead and unbolt the Guibo, replace that. Best way of doing it is when you take the old Guibo off, bolt the Guibo back on to the transmission flange first. So these 3 silver bolts, and then you'll come and when you slide that back in place, you'll put the front drive shaft on and then put these bolts on after, the bolt and nut. That's the easiest way of doing that. For the center support bearing, it is pressed onto the rear drive shaft flange. So you'll have to get a puller. I'll make another video to show you how to do that. This video, I just really wanted to show you the positioning of the center support bearing, because I know I get confused and I couldn't really find any sources online. So center support bearing, again, the bigger circle, half on top, the smaller circle, half on the bottom. But yeah, just know that you're gonna need some kind of puller to pull the old bearing off. And then I got this pipe, and again, I'll make another video, and I tapped it back in place with the new one. So I hope this video helps. When I do have to replace another one, I'll give you a more full video, but at least you got the steps. Thanks.